Good morning, students. So this video lecture is on formation of words. Again, it's a revision lecture. Since I've already taught this topic in the class before, so I'm sure you're already familiar with it. Nevertheless, just to help you revise whatever has already been taught in the class and to make sure that you continue to learn while you are at home, here is this new video lecture. So let's take a look at the first slide. Now, what does formation of words or word formation actually mean? So, word formation is actually word transformation. So, it is basically transforming words from one part of speech to another. Words may be given as one part of speech and can be transformed into another uh, part of speech by adding or removing affixes. Now, what are affixes? I'll be explaining in the next slide. So wait for it. Now, the thing that you need to remember is this: that the formation of words, because of this, involves transforming a noun into an adjective or vice versa. Basically, this means adjective into a noun, an adjective into a verb, or a verb into adjective, etc. In my previous lecture, video lecture, that is the one that was on ways of words, I've already discussed what the different parts of speech are. Okay, so I hope you have already seen that video lecture. You already know what different parts of speech are in English: adjectives, adverbs, verbs, nouns, pronouns, conjunction, etc. Of course, different parts of speech. Okay. So, what are affixes? An affix is a morpheme that is attached to a word stem to form a new word or word form. Affixes may be derivational, like the English affix ness and pre. Now, ness is of course a suffix, and pre is an example of a prefix, or inflectional, like English plural uh, s, of course, which is used as a suffix, flower, flowers, and past tense, ed, past, past. So in that case, past, past, ed is of course used as a suffix, as an inflectional suffix to create the past tense of the word, of the base form of the verb, pass. Okay. Now affixes are of two types. Now there is a prefix and then there is a suffix. A prefix is an affix which is placed before the stem of a word. Adding it to the beginning of one word changes it into another word. For example, when the prefix un is added to the word happy, it creates the word unhappy. Particularly in the study of languages, a prefix is also called preformative because it alters the form of the words to which it is affixed. Now, there's a reason why I'm telling you about prefixes. I do not want you all to get confused between prefixes and suffixes. This is the reason why I'm telling you about prefixes. When it comes to formation of words, especially the kind of formation of words that are in your syllabus, we'll largely be dealing with suffixes, which is why I'm not giving you examples of the different prefixes that are there in English language. Okay, we'll mostly be making use of suffixes. Now, what is a suffix? A suffix is an affix which is placed after the stem of a word. Common examples are case endings, which indicate the grammatical case of nouns or adjectives, and verb endings, which form the conjugation of verbs. In English, we usually use suffixes to transform verbs. For example, the suffix meant can be added to the adjective verb. Now, better is an example of both an adjective as well as a verb. Now, this adjective or verb better can be transformed into a noun by adding the suffix meant. So, if I'm just to read out the line that is on your screen, for example, the suffix meant can be added to the adjective verb better to create the noun betterment. Now, what are some commonly used suffixes? Suffixes are that are commonly used to transform words are. There is of course a whole list of suffixes before you. Now, this slide also tells you exactly how these suffixes are used. So, if you look at the first suffix "is," which is of course has two forms, ise or ize. Now, it usually changes nouns into verbs. Okay, and then there is fy. usually changes nouns into verbs. Now let's look at an example of a suffix which turns nouns into adjectives. Let's look at the fourth suffix on the list, full. Now full is usually changes nouns into adjectives. Let's look at the one after that, able or able, usually changes verbs into adjectives. Okay. Now, if you look at the suffix after that, would, it's usually class maintaining, which means uh, if uh, if let's say this suffix hood is added to another word, then it usually doesn't become different with the word class remaining a noun. An example I can give you of this is, of course, of the noun word nation. Now, nation is a noun. If I'm to add the suffix hood to it, it will become nationhood. And nationhood is also a noun, which is why this suffix is usually class maintaining. So child, childhood. Okay. Widow, widowhood. So a widow is a noun, a child is a noun. So when you add the suffix hood, it usually remains, the word still remains a noun. So similarly, there are other kinds of suffixes. They are, of course, on your screen. Please take a good look at this slide. The PPT will be shared with you all. Take a good look at this slide and try to come up with examples for each and every suffix that's on this slide. Okay. I've just given you examples of hood. I can even give you that an example for. Okay, let's come up. Let me discuss a few examples for each and every suffix here. So, eyes. Um, eyes. No, I cannot think of examples all of a sudden, but fine, I can give you at least a few. So, would have already discussed. Uh, Now, if I am to take the word, let's say the noun word capacity, and I want to turn it into an adjective, then of course it can be turned into an adjective by using the suffix able. So, capable. Okay. Then, if the adjective is humble, then we can of course use the suffix ness and create the word humbleness. Now, humility and humbleness are both noun verbs of the adjective humble. Okay. Then, if the noun was limit, I can of course create an adjective out of it by adding the last suffix on the slide less. So, limitless. Similarly, you can come up with other examples as well. Full, of course, I can think of an example for the suffix full. So if the noun word is beauty, then I can add the suffix full to it and make the word beautiful. I'm sure if you were to apply your mind to it, you can come up with examples of examples where these suffixes are used. Okay, so one example that I can now think of that has just come to my mind for ISE or IZE is, of course, um is the word summarize. Okay, so if the noun is summary, then how will you turn it into a verb? Which suffix will you use? ISE. So summary becomes summarize after the addition of the suffix ISE. Okay. Now this is another slide which gives us more suffixes that are usually used. For meant, I've already given you an example. Ism is of course easy. Should be, if let's say the noun is Marx, then Marxism. If the noun is caste, then casteism. Okay, then similarly other words can be formed as well. Okay, then meant, I've already given an example. Better, if you add if we add meant to the word better, it becomes betterment, and that's of course a noun. Ist can of course also be used. Now this is of course class maintaining, although sometimes ist can also be used to change the class, like if you were to apply it differently, then yes, but mostly it is class maintaining. Usually it is class maintaining, the suffix ist. So marx, noun. Marxist, after adding the suffix ist, again a noun. Okay, so try to come up with the examples for each and every suffix that's on the list here. Okay, uh, I'll also give you another for an example for the last suffix on the list, which is and. So if the word is inform, then you can add the suffix and to it and come up with informant. So inform is a verb. When you add and to it, it becomes a noun, informant, and of course it refers to a human agent. So ant is usually changes verbs into nouns, often referring to a human agent. I've just given you an example. Inform is a verb. When we add the suffix and to it, it becomes informant, and of course it refers to a human agent. Okay. Now here are a few more examples. So if the noun is music, you can turn it into an adjective, musical, by adding the suffix al. If the adjective is quiet, it can be transformed into an adverb by adding the suffix ly, li, quietly. So quiet becomes quietly. If the adjective is specific, there are two noun forms that can be formed by adding two different suffixes. So one is specification. Specification. Here we are adding the suffix ation. The next is specificity, wherein we are adding the suffix ity. So of course these are the examples. Again, we can come up with a lot many more examples, as I've told you. Please take a good look at these two slides which show you the suffixes that are there in English language, and try to come up with examples. I am of course going to send you an assignment with this video lecture as well. So please do it. It's for your own practice. And again, take a look at these slides as well and try to come up with as many examples of uh, the use of these suffixes as possible. Like, try to practice as much as possible. That alone will help you improve. So this is all for today. Please do the assignment. Please practice, and this is how you will get better. Uh, I do find that a lot of you tend to not use suffixes properly. So in case there's a doubt, there's a confusion, you can of course get back at you can get back to me and take clarity. Okay, if you need any clarity, if you need clarifications, please um, reach out to me. I'm more than willing to help. Okay, thank you so much, people. That's all for today.